3 million Americans have type 1 diabetes. Each year, more than 15,000 children and 15,000 adults are diagnosed with type 1. That is approximately 80 people per day, and I just happen to be one of those people. For those of you who don't know what type 1 diabetes is, it is an autoimmune disease in which a person's pancreas stops producing insulin. I was diagnosed at the age of 3. I've been living with type 1 diabetes for about 15 plus years now. There is nothing I could do to prevent this, and there is nothing I can do to get rid of it. Living with diabetes is a constant challenge. I had to prick my fingers for blood sugar numbers 6 or more times a day. I still remember the first time I was diagnosed and I was in the hospital. The doctors came in to take my blood sugar, and when they pricked my finger, I screamed in pain, and I couldn't imagine doing this for the rest of my life. Living with diabetes, I am forced to overcome challenges on a daily basis. It controls your life in ways someone without it doesn't even see. It is difficult and very upsetting because you can be doing everything perfect and still end up with bad blood sugars. You can get something like a common cold or flu and end up in the hospital sicker than someone could ever imagine. It's scary to think I could lose my life over this. Diabetes sucks, but it's not always that bad. About 9 years ago, my parents and I decided that I would go to Camp Needlepoint. Camp Needlepoint is a camp where the staff, counselors, and campers all have diabetes. At camp, you can swim, do crafts, rock climb, horseback ride, and many more fun activities. But this camp isn't just about all the fun activities. It's a place where you're surrounded by people who go through the same struggles as you and understand them. The best memory I have at camp was 2 summers ago when I was on a canoe trip. Me and my camp friends were sitting around at the fire at night and just talking about our lives with diabetes. We talked about the good and bad times we've had. I've created bonds with these people who I will never forget. I've learned to accept this disease and make the best out of it. The camp has taught me to not let diabetes define me as a person, but just to make diabetes just another part of me. Living with diabetes is a constant struggle, but I am very fortunate that I can live a normal life. I just have to take a few extra steps to make sure that I am healthy, and with all the support I have from my camp family, it's not that bad.